Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will event, stage 11, that has come to DBZ Dokkan Battle. Now this is stage 11 Boss Rush Super type, where we'll be taking on Super class bosses. And honestly, this one is a little bit more interesting than the extreme one, I find. Maybe not more challenging, but more interesting for sure. The team we're using today is led by Goku Rose, because I don't have Goku Rose and Zamasu, so I have to use the next best thing. We have the Int LR Goku Black, currently temporarily boosted during the campaign. The Int LR Merge Zamasu. We have the AGL Goku Rose, Super Easy Aid Goku Zamasu, and Physical Super Easy Aid Goku Black. So a pretty cool little team here. Not a lot of substitutions to be made here, although you can run some of the free-to-play Goku Black clone army if you want to. I would suggest probably the physical one. I tend to like running him. You could probably run him instead of physical Goku Black for sure. But basically we are going to take on this stage. There's a mission as well for it, I believe, but it is just to use 6 Future Saga category units, which is not too difficult to do. So there are a couple phases to this. We have the first phase with Trunks Team Future, 70 million health, 800k normals, 2.2 mil super, disables attack reduction, seals you, grants immunity to being stunned, nullifies attack ceiling. We then take on Super Saiyan 2 Goku, only 90 million health, 900k normals, 2 million in supers. He raises his attack by 25% with his super, so his normals will hit a bit harder post super. He disables attack and defense down, but he can be sealed, can't be stunned. Then we have Super Saiyan God SS Goku and Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta, 100 million health, 4.2 million super, that's a big one, and 1.5 million normal, so immediately like a huge step up here. Nowadays, not huge I guess, but you know, nowadays things are a bit crazy. Disables attack and defense reduction, grants immunity to being stunned, grants immunity to being sealed, but also more importantly reduces damage received from super types. So that's why we're running an extreme team, wanting to make sure we can get through, because that's one of your first hurdles. That kind of Super Saiyan God SS Goku and Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta, you want to avoid using items there. The reason why I say this is because they have such a small health pool for a collection of characters. Like, they have such a small health pool that you don't really want to spend too many resources on them. You don't want to like pop an item because you could beat them in one turn. So if you can get past them without necessarily expending huge amounts, then you can have a pretty good time, I would say. Like, you can have a really solid time. So them, I feel, is like the first hurdle. Then you take on Super Saiyan God SS Vegeta. Here I use an item. It makes my life a lot easier. He has 4.1 million super. He's immune to ceiling, stunning, defense down, 1.8 mil normal, but he also raises his attack on his super as well. He also has more health, so he has 220 million health. So he's immediately got like a much bigger pool of health to deal with, and that's, you know, something that is quite challenging for us. So this will be where I usually pop my first item. I save my active skills as best I can. I think it is something that is important to save, at least for me, because you want to keep them for the Trunks phase, because the Trunks phase is interesting. So the Trunks phase is kind of divided into 2 phases. You have the phase against Super Saiyan Trunks, the Int version, and you have the phase against Super Saiyan Trunks, the physical version. Both of them share the same health pool, so 450 million, yes, almost half a billion health. Trunks Int does 2.1 mil normals and 6.3 million supers. He's immune to stunning, attack down, defense down, sealing, etc, etc. Super Saiyan Trunks Future, the physical one, he does 2.2 mil normals, but a 7.7 million super, which is really bad. Like, it's really bad. So That's a big difference between them. So you want to do as much damage as possible during the int phase. Obviously, you want to try and avoid facing the physical phase as much as possible. And that's why I use my active skills. Basically, I say, you know what, I'm going to absolutely pop everything I can to take out Trunks as much as possible during his int phase. And then I'm going to, come back and, sort him out with what I've got left during his physical phase. So it is very, very much quite a challenging aspect. Like, it is very, very, very much quite a challenging into the fight because of all those different layers, I would say, which I think is quite difficult. All in all, honestly speaking, I do think that for me at least, this was a pretty fun fight. Like I said, we're using an extreme team, so making sure that we have a very strong extreme team that can kind of just do everything it needs to do. A strong team that's got good damage, good tanks, and the tanking is probably the most, I would say, difficult part of it, for sure. Definitely, the tanking aspect is the one that is the most challenging because, like, the range strength, Goku Rose is the most clear-cut tank for sure. Like, use it to tank all the time. But the AGL Rose is also a pretty good tank, but only obviously once he fully builds up the damage reduction. Problem is, sometimes Trunks can super pretty early. That's why the items kick in. They add that extra layer, and they add that extra barrier. So he becomes a very good tank for us, but obviously we're in a gated window. So now we have the tanks we need. The rest of the units are fine in the second slot, but now we're in, like a window. We have 2 Whis, we've got a King Yama, but we basically have like a 4-turn period to try and win. But because we have all the active skills, because we have, all the necessary damage, we got int, merged, fusions, Masu, busting off. We've got strength, Goku Rose is active, huge. We've got LR int, Goku Rose, huge. And even the free-to-play Zamasu Goku can do good damage. That's why it's important in the earlier phases, especially when they have lower health. You'll see I say they consider your finishing blows, and that's something I think is very important. If you can get the finishing blow with like int, LR, Goku Rose, and if you can get the finishing blow with strength, Goku merged, I think you can have such a nice increase in damage and consistency that the final phase won't be that big a deal. At least that's my opinion on things. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you need any more help, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.